Well, we are just a few weeks away from the official start of summer, so if you have a garden, is it ready for the heat and humidity? If not, don't worry. Our good friend Derek Thomas, also known as the Garden Guy, is here with his tips. Hi, Derek. All right, Mike.
Well, we hope your gardens are ready for the heat and humidity because it's already here. 80s and 90s today, a very humid day, but relief is on the way. I'll tell you when right after this short break. Stick with us.
Come on over, Mike. We've got that for you because it is certainly heating up outside. Many of you are starting to beautify your gardens, and there are some simple steps you can take to make sure you have a successful garden because that's what we want. Here with some tips is the founder of Thomas Landscapes and our gardening friend, Derek Thomas. Hey Derek. Let me first start off by saying welcome to the Loft.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love your loft.
Do you love it?
Yes,
I think these plants will look beautiful in the loft.
I think they will.
So I have personally started my garden. Some have died. What am I doing wrong here?
Well, you're not doing anything wrong. What we've had is we've had really crazy extremes of temperature, and plants don't like that. We're in the 90s. That should be 4th of July weekend, not the end of May, okay? So what you want to think about now is to start treating your gardens as though we were already in summer. There's things that if you haven't done already, you should probably wait until fall or even next year. Things like pruning. Don't do any heavy pruning right now because it can hurt the plant.
I almost threw out my arm from
it can stress it
My
out.
neighbor probably saw me out there for hours thinking, what is she doing?
Well, yeah, water really, really deeply when you do a heavy pruning and the temperatures go up. Okay, and that's something that you should do. Okay. So no heavy pruning, water deeply. The other thing that you want to not do at this point is you don't want to do any transplanting of plants. Moving plants around right now is really going to stress them out. And in the middle of the day, if you dig up that root mass in the middle of the day, and we're getting up in the 90s, it's too hot and the plant cannot acclimate after a transplant.
I wouldn't even think twice about moving my plants.
You know, and then also, if you haven't put in a whole new garden, say you wanted to redesign the whole garden, you wanted to dig everything out, maybe the best thing to do is wait unless you're going to also be putting in some sort of an ancillary watering system. So that you'd be putting in an irrigation system or something like that.
Okay, that we will not be doing at the Annie household.
At the Annie house.
Costs too much.
Now, here's what we can be having fun with though. Things like this big flower, the Amaryllis.
So pretty.
That's a beautiful, beautiful plant. It's been used for years as an indoor plant. I love it as an outdoor plant. You can put it outside in your garden. After it flowers, it's going to have a huge strap-like leaves that are really, really attractive. Grasses. These ornamental grasses have become all the rave.
Yes.
Kind of figure out what your grass is like. There's some grasses that will do better in shade. Some grasses will do better in the sun.
And these grow insanely long.
They absolutely do. All the way until your first frost.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then your annuals, things like begonias and vinca and impatiens. All of those are great things that you can be putting in right now. Also, what you can be thinking about is veggies. This is a great time to do veggies. It's a great time to do bulbs. And what I wanted to put together with us today is we're going to do an interesting planter. This is a patio tomato. I'm going to put that in there first. Okay, and now what this is going to do, it's actually going to, I think it's sitting pretty good. I kind of set the soil up right.
Okay.
And the other thing while we talk about soil is you want to make sure this time of year that you're actually amending your soils. I'm going to add a vine to this. What that's going to do is it's going to give a little bit of interest because we are in the loft. If you have a loft space and you have a patio space, this will be a great pot to do. Now the reason I'm doing marigolds, I'm going to do a yellow one and I'm going to do an orange one, which are going to add a pop of color. And the reason we're doing that, marigolds are actually I want you to smell this leaf, Andy. Just rub that together.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Now, the great thing is,
wow, that's really fragrant.
With your daughter, if you have marigold plants and the mosquitoes and bugs are getting to her, you can just rub the plant on her. Marigolds are one of a really good, the essential oils of marigolds or lemongrass or geranium. That's a really good thing that you can use as a natural insect
Oh,
repellent.
that is a great tip. Real quickly, Derek, what are some plants that we should be doing now, like veggie plants, I mean?
Tomatoes, peppers, any of your hot season vegetables.
Okay.
We've missed the boat on cool season veggies. But a container like this, the tomatoes you're going to harvest, it's going to be attractive. If you're in a loft environment, if you want a front door planting to add a little bit of whimsy with the tomato, it's a great way to kick off the summer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek. You're the best. We'll have all this for you on my Fox.
At Thomas Garden Guy.
Yes, get that plug in there. We'll be right
Twitter.
back.